You're watching ABC 36 on your side. News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us on this primary election day. Let's head back over to our chief meteorologist, T.G. Shuck, for another check on that forecast as those polls get set to close here all across central Kentucky. The good news, too, thankfully, the weather is now leaving us just as those polls close.
Yeah, absolutely, Erica. Unfortunately, what we were concerned about this time yesterday was the impact of strong to severe thunderstorms here in central and eastern Kentucky on this election day was realized. We spent several hours on the air tracking severe thunderstorms and tornado warnings as close as north of Richmond. We, of course, had our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HD camera network out of Richmond. You could see the lowering of the storm, the wall cloud. It never reached the ground, but it was showing some rotation on the radar. Good news, most everything wrapping up. We still have some heavier rain just east of the US 23 corridor through parts of Martin County down into Pike County. Some lingering showers down US 25E from southern Laurel through Knox and down into Pineville and Middlesboro in Bell County. We had the main squall line and the individual cells that developed just right on the nose of that. That was problematic with those possible tornadoes, with the tornado warnings. We had reports of wind damage. In fact, those reports beginning to trickle in. They are usually typically delayed. You see the hail reports here. We had some larger hail, but obviously the storm's over earlier southwest of Lexington, so we're starting to get the reports in, and I think we'll see those farther south and east a little later on. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HD camera network, Hicks and Funson Cam. Here in Lexington, we're at 66. North wind, temperatures haven't moved very much at all. We got rain, cooled air across the area. We're done with the rain, looking good heading into Wednesday. I'll break it down for you in your 7-day coming up.
Continuing now with our primary election coverage as polls close here in central Kentucky. Kentucky Secretary of State Michael Adams says voting has been down this year. Adams says early voting turnout last week was down by about 19%. In Fayette County today, the county clerk tells us turnout was around 7%. Now, if you suspect election law violations or voting irregularities while you were out voting earlier today, the state says you can report those by calling the state's election fraud hotline. The number's on your screen. That's 1-800-328-VOTE. The Attorney General's office says the hotline is active throughout the year and will be staffed until 7 tonight. As voters cast their ballots today, all eyes were on the race for governor. 12 Republican candidates vying for a chance to run in November against incumbent Governor Andy Beshear. The candidates include State Attorney General Daniel Cameron, former UN Ambassador Kelly Craft, and Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles. Attorney General Daniel Cameron will be waiting for those election results tonight during his election watch party at the Galt House in Louisville. That's where we find our ABC 36's Paxton Boyd live with more. Paxton?
Yeah, Daniel Cameron is Kentucky's first black attorney general. He's considered by many to be a rising star in the GOP. And if successful here tonight, he'll become the state's first black nominee for governor by either major political party. That, of course, means that he'd be going head-to-head against Governor Andy Beshear, of course, a Democrat who ranks among the most popular governors in the nation. That's despite leading a state that Donald Trump won by roughly 26 points back in 2020. Now, speaking of former President Donald Trump, it was Daniel Cameron and his campaign that secured that all-important endorsement from the former President Donald Trump, and he is certainly using that to his advantage all throughout his campaign. So make no mistake about it, in what has been a crowded field, Daniel Cameron is the front runner to walk away with the Republican nomination here tonight. Daniel Cameron and his wife, Mackenzie, their one-year-old son, Theodore, casting their ballot at Wilder Elementary School in Louisville this morning alongside their son Theodore. Now, Cameron was relaxed, even joking with reporters that his one-year-old son did not cast a ballot. He went on to say that he was cautiously optimistic, and that's for good reason. And the final Emerson College poll survey of GOP primary voters in the state, polling 500 very likely Republican voters, Cameron came away with a third of the votes. His main rival in this race, Kelly Craft, tallying just 18%, and that's despite Craft loaning her campaign more than $9 million. Cameron, in comparison, has raised just $1.5 million. We're here live at the Galt House once again. This is the site of Daniel Cameron's election watch party here tonight. He'll be here all night, cautiously keeping an eye on those results as they continue to roll in. We'll be here all along with updates all throughout the night. Live in Louisville, I'm Paxton Boyd, ABC 36 on your side.
Meantime, Republican candidate Kelly Craft and her lieutenant governor candidate Max Wise spending election night in Lexington. The two are holding a watch party at the Campbell House on South Broadway. That's where we find ABC 36's Doug High.
Hey, thanks, Erica. Doug High with you at the Campbell House, the historic Campbell House in Lexington, the site of many of these election parties, but let's call it an election watch party because that's what we're doing. We're here to watch the returns and to see where we are. Now, as you can see behind me, the stage is being set for Kelly Craft's event. The doors have not opened yet, but when they do, there'll be plenty of well-wishers and supporters here to support Kelly Craft and to watch those returns come in. So, will this aggressive campaign spending pay off? Will the polls hold true? These are all questions that we're going to be watching for you throughout the night here on ABC 36 News. Kelly Craft, of course, has deep Lexington ties, born here in Lexington, a 1984 graduate of the University of Kentucky. So the Campbell House is her spot, and we are here to cover this event as well. So stay with us through the evening right here on ABC 36 News, and we'll be sure to bring you the latest from Kelly Craft's election watch party. Doug High, ABC 36 on your side.
Well, another gubernatorial candidate and current Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles hosting his election party tonight at the Embassy Suites on Newtown Pike in Lexington. ABC 36's Anna Medina has been closely following the candidate today and had a chance to catch up with him after he cast his vote. Hello, Anna.
Now we continue to await for Ryan Quarles to make an appearance here at the Embassy Suites. But before that, we were able to catch up with him as he cast his vote this morning in his hometown of Georgetown in Scott County. Now he's just one of a dozen candidates looking to secure the Republican ticket or governor. Now he has a lot of political experience, including being a member of the House of Representatives, as well as elected to Agriculture Commissioner back in 2015. And it's that same experience that he believes will secure him the nomination tonight. Now earlier today, he encouraged people to go out and vote and make sure that their voices are being heard. He also spoke on the recent polls, mentioning that he's not concerned about his placement because the only poll that counts is tonight. Now, we also asked him about what his first task would be as governor if he manages to secure the nomination, as well as beat incumbent Andy Beshear.
We need to restore law and order and public safety in Kentucky. We have a violent crime issue all across the Commonwealth. It isn't just an issue in Lexington or Louisville, but rural Kentucky as well. That we need a governor, unlike Andy Beshear, who's going to stand up and support our men and women in law enforcement in the moments that it matters most. That a lot of Kentuckians want a safe and secure Kentucky, and when Kentucky is safe and secure, our economy can grow.
Now, we also spoke to Quarles about some of his memories during the campaign trail, to which he said that one of his favorites was taking back roads and meeting Kentuckians along the way, as well as visiting local shops and local restaurants. Now, we'll be here all night waiting for Ryan Quarles to make his presence. And as we continue to await the results going through tonight, and we'll continue to bring you updates along as well. Stay tuned to ABC 36 as well as WTVQ.com. For now, I'm going to send it back to you live here at the Embassy Suites in Lexington. Anna Medina, ABC 36 on your side.
And on the Democratic side, three candidates in the race for governor. Incumbent Governor Andy Beshear facing off against Jeff Young and Pappy Martin. Governor Beshear hoping to secure a second term. He's holding his election watch party at the Kentucky Historical Society in Frankfort. We'll have the very latest from there coming up tonight at 11 right here on ABC 36. There's also several special elections taking place. In Madison County, voters had the opportunity to vote for countywide alcohol sales. It's the first countywide wet-dry vote since shortly after the repeal of Prohibition. Right now, the city of Richmond is fully wet. That means bars, restaurants, and package sales are all underway. Meantime, Berea only has limited restaurant sales, and the rest of the county's dry, with some exceptions like golf courses, which may have a special permit. And don't forget, you can find the latest election results on the ABC 36 website. Here's a live look at it. It's WTVQ.com. We'll keep you updated on all of those statewide races as results come in right here under elections at WTVQ.com and also on air throughout the evening. Still ahead, we'll get final thoughts from our political analyst Trey Watson and Dr. Stephen Voss to look at some of those big races and also voter sentiment.